Hello everyone, my name is Panisha Puri. Welcome to our channel Xaphal, and today we have with us Diwakar Nigam. Welcome to our show. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Ms. Puri.
So before we move towards your journey and talk about a lot of fun stuff, tell our viewers a little bit about what you're currently doing.
Okay. Presently, I am posted in Delhi. I'm looking after pipeline division. I'm the head in charge of this technical allocation. Uh, as a whole, I'm the in charge, so I have to take care of every aspect of the safety, security, operations, maintenance, procurement, warehousing. Every aspect I have to take care of it. So this is what my present profile is all about.
So does your role require you to do some technical work as well?
Yes, basically, to be very frankly, by virtue of my education, I'm an engineer, hardcore engineer, I'm a mechanical engineer. After completion of my degree in 2005, I joined a design company where I've designed for different NTPCs, RDSOs, and different couplings and all kind of things. Blueprints I've prepared for all these organizations. Then I did my MBA. Then I did my MTech in pipeline engineering. Yeah, after getting mechanical, I did my pipeline engineering. And after completing my MTech in 2008, I joined HPCL as engineer operations. And from there onwards, I have taken care of all engineering aspects. As I've told you, mechanical, electrical, instrumentation, various departments are there which has to be handled. So I have taken care of all these in due courses of time in last 15 years of my experience.
Okay. What was the reason after BTech you choose to do MBA and how that helped you to excel in your career?
Okay, to be a hardcore engineer, it is very easy. You can survive in this environment. Just you have to execute the jobs and get it done. But if you want to be a manager and have a managerial skills to manage everything, manager means you have to manage everything.
Right.
May it be operational part, may it be technical part, may it be manpower handling, may it be procurement, as I've shared with you. So manager has to in long term, if you need to have that, if you are having a goal of getting involved in a high rise profile, then you have to have MBA. MBA may be of a different depending on the requirement of your job profile. As I'm into a petroleum industry, so I've done my MBA in oil and gas. So it will be benefiting me to handle all the daily in and out aspects of pricing of oil, crude oil pricing, financial aspects, implications, high rise of the prices of the petrol, diesel, and all. So these all things are the things which we used to study and then we implement in our day-to-day life.
So what is the required educational background if a student wants to make a career in your field?
Okay, so basically engineers are required. Engineering degree may be electrical, civil, mechanical, or instrumentation. Telecom industry, IT sector is generally not being preferred because we are into hardcore engineering of engineering aspects.
Right.
So these are the basic engineering domain. You can get into this domain through a GATE scorecard. And after getting this score of GATE, you can apply into any of the PSUs, and basis their your merit, a GD and PI will be conducted, and thereafter a shortlisted merit will be there through. So you'll get selected in that way in any of the PSUs as on date. Earlier it was different, that open exam used to get conducted by these organizations, individual organizations, and then GDPI and all those will be there. Medical test is there. So later on, this has been changed, and a common GATE scorecard is being valid for getting into these organizations.
How you identify that you would like to make your career in the field? So is there any specific reason?
There is no specific reason. Your interest, your liking, you are tending towards the engineering aspects. If you are having a technical domain within you, then you should opt for a technical these courses, or else you can always do best with your BSc, BCom, and then going towards the administrative jobs and all those things you can do very well. But if you're having a tendency for having a technical interest, then you should do these technical courses.
is there any specific age, or if a person or a student is in a specific field and would like to change their field, so is there any specific age or something like that, or anyone can do that?
See, this process of getting started when you are around 14 to 15 years of age, when you are in 10th standard. After completing your 10th standard, you get into a commerce stream or arts stream or a science stream.
Right.
This will give you a different opening. If you are in a science stream, then two disciplines will be there, a medical or an engineering discipline. And if you are interested in an engineering discipline, then you have to go with all entrance exams. And still there is no specific age for getting involved. But yes, after engineering, you can be an MBA, but after engineering, you cannot be a doctor.
Right.
So for doing an MBBS, a different kind of approach is there. 11th and 12th standard, you have to go with a bio and all those things. But if you are into engineering, having technical domain, then you should opt for this way, getting into a technical college, completing your degree, then you can do your master's, MBA, and this kind of a thing.
So would you like to tell our viewers a little bit about your first job, how you got your first job, and what were the challenges?
Okay, so as I told you, I completed my BTech in 2005. So it's after completion of my BTech, I was searching for some a hardcore engineering portfolio where I can showcase my capability. So I got job initially into a designing field, because I'm already having a backup of AutoCAD, Inventors, and CATIA. I did these courses when I was in third or fourth year of my engineering.
Right.
So as soon as I completed my engineering, getting the degree, I joined Synergy India as a design engineer. So I have worked for 1 year with that. So I didn't, as far as I'm concerned, because I'm having a background of all designing aspects and having that intellect that I'm tending towards that designing and framing a different equipments, the way it has to be, different types of couplings. So I have, it was an easy task for me. But yes, students who don't have that, I can, if I can say, if they don't have interest towards this designing process, then they shouldn't go with that.
Right.
They should always follow their dream, what they want to do, and their interest.
So is there any challenge with the first job? Because after doing BTech, how your first job was like?
It was, yes, I have to search in a market. I have to float my CV in different organizations and companies. And through that, one company, Synergy India, as I've told you, have called me, having means going through my experience of this designing through Inventors, CATIA, because there's a high-end designing softwares which I have learned. So application I have learned. So they opted me. They have taken a test for that. Within a 15-20 minutes, you have to design certain things in 2D as well as in converting it into a 3D. And if you can manage to do that, then you are through with your job. So I am very comfortable. So this is the way I have found. Everybody has to place their CV, float their CV in the market to get a good job. Yes, obviously you have to think that which company is to be opted for floating their CV and what is your interest and domain towards your liking for job.
Is there any specific medium you can mention so that students who would like to apply for their first job, it will be helpful for them?
Yes, there are different medium. Online portals are there. Naukri.com is a very old one. Then job, I get if jobseekers.com or something, these kind of things are there in online system. Obviously, you can also try to get involved, attached with some of the placement agencies, even if you even they can help you. Like ABC, nowadays ABC consultancy was there, which was in Cannot Place in Delhi itself. So we have also floated our CVs through them, and we received a good response from ABC consultancy. I don't know it is available or not, but one can look forward for that through online portal.
Great. So talking about today, how do you stay up to date with new safety regulations?
See, there are, if I can say, if I narrow it down towards my profile as a petroleum petroleum industry. So there are these petroleum industries are guided with two major bodies.
Okay.
One is PNGRB, that is Petroleum and Natural Gas Regulation Board, and the second is OISD, Oil Industry Safety Directorate.
Right.
So PNGRB is a dedicated, which is under the Ministry of Petroleum, whereas OISD is a body which has been formed by us only, like we engineers, often different PSUs, 5 to 6 PSUs, we get involved, and we select few of the candidates from our organizations that you will be the part of OISD, where you will be getting it, checking all the parameters which has been prescribed in PNGRB, PESO, to handle all these safety aspects. You have to just verify on yearly basis. Every 3 years, they used to have our audits. And on the basis of these audits, these observations were there. We have to comply with the observations, and this is how the statutory compliances has to be completed.
So what is your way to ensure that projects are completed on time and with the same time within budget?
See, before getting involved into any of the projects, you have to have an idea what is your basic requirement. Then what are the things which is required for completing that project? What are the equipments or the softwares which has to be procured, has to be done in a time-bound manner. These negotiations has to be done because these projects are costing to around 100 crores, 500 crores, 600 crores, 1700 crores, 2000 crores. So you have to chalk it down. Everything you have to make an Excel sheet. You have to divide your time activities. Then these are the schedulings which has to be done in a year. Within 2 months, I have to complete my procurement procedures. Then the delivery period, then the inspection period, then installation period. Everything has to be jotted down in a proper way, and then only you can complete the job within the stipulated time period as well as within the budget. Because as soon as the project gets pulled on, then the budget is also exceeding because it is totally directly proportional.
Okay. So, like handling those sort of projects need a good communication. So, how do you communicate effectively with clients and team members throughout the project?
See, if you ask me, it is when you are thorough with your subject, the learning which you have made in the past and the experience with the experience, you can reply and communicate in a very vast way, because you can explore the things, you can explain the things in a various with using various examples, various tasks, various jobs you have performed. So this is how you have to be thorough. You have to learn. You have to learn, read, study hard. These are because there is no shortcut for these attaining these goals. You have to work hard in early days. Then only you can be relaxed after 45 or 50 years of age. This is the way one has to do that.
So what is your way of learning?
My way of learning is I used to get involved in every aspect. Maybe it is related to my domain or not. Maybe it's safety, maybe an electrical. I've told you I'm a mechanical engineer, but I'm also interested in electrical aspects because electrical equipments are also a part of the things through which we have to run our plant. So as a plant manager, because as soon as you grow up, you have to have being in charge of any office or a department or any location. So as I am in charge of locations, so every aspect have to be seen by me. And so in past 15 years, I have taken care of cathodic protection department, RU department, mechanical, electrical, civil, various aspects. I have seen it, I have handled it, and then only I will be able to execute my job at this point of time. If I have not learned those things, those aspects, I wouldn't have able to deliver my duties.
Right.
So you have to learn, and yes, you have to execute then.
So is there any particular way you apply to learn, like YouTube or any other mediums, any books, so that students who are watching our show, that might be helpful for them?
See, one thing since my childhood, I have been imbibed by my parents that obviously you read and you write. Unless you write, you cannot remember everything. If you have read one page of any of the particular topic, or one topic has been read by you, then after analyzing, brainstorm, this is a Manan Chintan. तो आपने पहले उसको पढ़ा है, उसके बाद आपने उसके बारे में सोचा है, सोचने के बाद फिर जो भी दिमाग में बचता है आपके पास बचा हुआ रेजिड्यू, उसको आप कॉपी पे नोट डाउन कीजिए।
Right.
जो आप कॉपी पे जितना नोट डाउन कर पाओगे, दैट इज द ओनली थिंग विच इज okay with you, it is sustaining with you, other everything has gone out, wiped out. So you have to read again and again to get 100% things done.
With the
And
technology
books
right now,
obviously,
people do
but I tell
prefer books to write.
But I tell you very frankly, having books in nowadays, it may be the scenario has changed. Now the guys are more smart. And because as on date also, if I have to read and I have to learn something, I require some book. I have to use highlighters, markers, make a note of it. I used to do right now all these things still. But nowadays, guys are very comfortable over the laptop or e-books and all those kind of things. I am at present, I am not comfortable, but yes, I have to grow up again. I have to learn all these tactics even. So I am in a process of learning those things. I'm having almost, I hold ebooks so that I can refer them at any point of time in future also. So I
Right.
used to do all those methodologies.
Great, great, great. Would you like to mention some of your biggest challenges as a manager?
Okay. One challenge is there when I was in Pune, posted there. So there was a situation where the building, our office building, is settling down. This
Right.
settlement happens because of the different kind of a soil, the composition of the soil, strata of the soil. So it was such a soil, it's a black soil, which has a tendency for settling. I'm not a civil engineer, but still I have to learn that why it happened. Then how to compaction has been done, a new building has to be prepared. So this was the challenge which we are facing for the past 7 years. And many officers were there who tried their level best, but somehow they could not manage it. And having a background of pipeline, because pipeline is also has to be changed, control room building has to be new developed, new infrastructure has to be set up, all the instruments have to be procured. So that was a challenge for around 1 year. I was thoroughly involved in that project, and from morning 7 o'clock to late 9 o'clock every day for 365 days I have worked and made that project possible. That was the biggest challenge I have done successfully. There's the project of around 12 crores,
Right.
wherein the construction of the building, procurement of few of the infrastructure equipment, and these have to be done. So I have done successfully within a year of time, and we have completed it in our schedule.
So what helped you there?
Uh, that helped me managing manpower.
Okay.
For handling a worker is the biggest challenge,
Right. True.
because if I ask you to do some job, then you may be capable of doing that or not, but I have to make
Right.
them from your end. So I have to make you understand first what I want, then I have to provide you the base, some material to get it aware with that, and then after you submit the job back to me, I have to review that the required things has been came out or not. So
Right.
all these homework has to be done. So this handling a manpower is the biggest challenge throughout my career, or everybody will face such problems. Here's
Right.
the practical problem, because doing a job on your own is very easy task, because you know what has to be done, what is the result which you desire, and you do accordingly to that. But having done with other person is altogether a different challenge.
Right. As a manager, is there any task that you require to do, but you were not able to? So what helped you there to, get the task done? Is there any time?
Okay. For any task to be get completed, you have to understand what is the requirement,
Right.
why this task is to be done. Uh, then further, how you have to make break it in a steps. What is the procedure to get this task done? What are the requirements?
Right.
Statutory compliances requirement. You have to study all those things. Then you have to plan your schedule everything in a proper way. Then start to execute.
Yeah.
So if any project has to be taken or any task has to be done in a 30 days, then first 5 days you have to plan. Then only after next 25 days you can execute the job. If you cannot plan it within 5 days, then you cannot execute within 30 days even.
So
So you have
planning is
to
very
plan.
important.
Planning is required. Yes. So there are these days business analytics, plannings, and all those things are very important key things. Like PMP is a course which I guess a person who is experience of 10 to 15 years should opt for it, because then the project management planning used to get you can understand that what they want and how things has to be done. So step by step you have to break down the sequences, and then you have to add up to a complete goal.
So is there any particular skill set required to be in a petroleum industry or
Uh, okay, there is no particular skill set, because whenever a new engineer gets into this organization, they are just a plain mechanical engineer or civil engineer or electrical engineer. Then a training session is being conducted for all those new joinees, and we make them learn these are our jobs, these are our specific domains where we have to work, and these are the safety aspects which we have to taken care of, and this is the result which we want. So everything is planned in a such a way so that within a year of time, the new engineer who comes into our organization is well aware with the our job profile, our domain, what is our result, what result we want. So he gets into he's get he we aware, we make them aware so that we get the desired output from them.
Thank you so much. Let's move towards the questions. There is a question. Can a non-mechanical student become a safety manager?
Yes, yes. Even a safety for being a safety manager, you don't require technical even knowledge. Right? Frankly, a BSc person who complete after completion of his BSc degree, he can get into any of the safety institute. Like in Nagpur, we have a safety institute. You can get enrolled in that, and then you become a safety engineer or a safety manager. After completion of that course, you get involved. After completion of the course, you just fill the form of any of the organization who are involved in this kind of petroleum industry or a thermal industry or power transmission industries.
Right.
You get enrolled with that, and you can be a safety manager at that organization.
Okay, I hope Shahid you got your answer. There is one more question. How do you ensure that all employees are aware of the safety protocols and procedures that are in place?
Okay, so what in our organization or in any other organization, what we do, as soon as the person gets into our premises, in the main gate itself, we brief them about the safety aspects, what are the minimum safety requirements which everyone should possess, and he should be aware of that.
Right.
We make them aware, and when they meet us, then also we ensure that all safety parameters has been followed by him. So this is how we ensure the safety of our premises as well as the individual person. This is our employee's responsibility to make our visitor as well as our premises safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we do have one more question. What lessons have you learned from the recent catastrophe earthquake in Turkey and Syria, and how do you plan to apply those lessons to improve your safety program?
See, there are certain tectonics and the seismic studies, geographical studies has to be done, and our system has to be so much, what I can say, precise that they can analyze what are the frequencies of these kind of earthquakes happening. Tectonic plates or the seismic studies has to be done.
Right.
What is the position, and also there are certain where many places like in our Noida itself or Delhi itself, the high-rise buildings are considered high-rise buildings are getting in a boom kind of a thing. They are just uplifting in a very so the stability, structural stability certifications, the way foundation is to be made, civil engineering has to be done. Those all aspects has to be checked twice, thrice without any fail, and post construction, then also structure analysis, stability analysis to be done. Failing to which all these earthquakes will surely going to affect our lifestyle.
Okay, I think we don't have any other questions left.
Okay. So have we answered all the questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so thank you so much everyone for joining us. Thank you, Diwakar, to share all the things with our students that might be helpful for them if they would like to make their career in this specific field. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank
All the
you,
best
everyone.
all the best to the students, and have a great life ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.